When I was a kid, I fell in love with the video game known as Halo. Once I did, everything changed. My childhood, my emotions, everything. A long time ago, my dad played old PlayStations and Nintendos and a whole bunch of different kind of little gadgets. And once the 360 came out, that's when mostly the gaming changed. My dad got this game known as Halo 3 to be precise. He started playing Halo 3 with his friends online and playing solo by himself. And when he did, he got really addicted to it. He really liked the game for what it was, but my sister and I didn't really see what was the point of it. But my dad came up to us and he told us and asked us to give it a try. Now, my sister and I, we weren't into gaming. We weren't into that little culture, online stuff, whatever it was. But my dad wanted us to try, and so eventually we did. We tried playing Halo. It was fun. It was really fun. Eventually, my sister and I actually got addicted to Halo 3. And my dad was actually disappointed in himself and disappointed in us that we would get addicted so easily to this game. But he brought it upon himself. He wanted us to try, and now we're addicted to it. And so he regrets making that decision to let us play. And when we started playing, we just thought of the game was a typical shooter game that you kill, have fun, talk back to, or whatever, online. But we were addicted to this game for quite a long time, for years. And eventually my sister didn't want this life. She wanted to actually get out in the world and do something. But for me, I didn't look forward to anything in the future, so I stayed online. I was still addicted. And once I have developed certain skills. Now, some people might say like, oh, video games never teach you anything. But that's completely wrong. Video games can teach you many things. But as I grew up, I decided to look more into this Halo game. I looked up research, the characters, the story. I looked up everything about it. And then I fell in love with the Halo series. Halo is owned by a company known as Bungie and 343 Industries. They were both partners. They both worked really well together, and Bungie worked best alone. But eventually, Microsoft had to split the two. Microsoft paid Bungie to go a different path than staying with Halo. Bungie was really disappointed and sad that they had to leave the Halo series behind. So they didn't want to completely lose the series, so they gave the Halo series to their closest friend, 343 Industries. Once they had a hold of the Halo series, they destroyed the reputation of Halo. A long time ago, when Halo started getting awards for best gameplay, soundtrack, and many more, 343 took it to its advantage. They took Halo and they mostly worked on multiplayer than they did its own story and characters. And that ruined Halo. Biggest diehard fans didn't care for the multiplayer. They cared for the characters, emotion, and the story, like I did. Ever since 343 took hold of the Halo series, Halo went down. And it ruined everything for a lot of people. And once it did, it slowly gave people depression. The reason why it would hurt people was because a lot of people looked up to it, to the story, the characters, and many more. I looked up to it. I looked up to Master Chief, I looked up to the Arbiter, I looked up to many things in Halo. And I was hoping I could be them someday. But we all know that's kind of impossible. But once 343 got hold of the Halo series, everything died. Including people and the emotions. I have a whole bunch of Halo nerd stuff everywhere in my room, and ever since 343 got a hold of everything, I kind of just want to burn everything I have of Halo. And hearing myself say that makes me want to cry. My childhood is dead because of a certain decision and certain opinions and rewards, fortune, fame, and many others. For those who are a die-hard Halo fan would understand this struggle, and there's nothing we can do. All we can do is just sit and wait to see what happens to the next Halo and the next. Eventually, it will die, and that will be the end.